Have you ever wondered what therapy is like, or what your loved ones talk about when they are with their therapist? Well, now you can be a fly on the wall in a real therapy session, an unnoticed observer. During this episode, you'll hear a real group therapy session with a modern twist. Our group therapy sessions are done as a mock podcast where participants are encouraged to have open dialogue about their mental health and addiction challenges. As an observer of this episode, we hope that you will learn something helpful for those among us whose struggles often go unnoticed. All personally identifiable information has been removed for the privacy of the participants. Thank you for listening.
So right now it's just you and I, Pumpkin and myself, but hopefully we will soon be joined by two others. Yes?
Yes, two others. They're doing something. One of them is in a very intense game of Jenga.
And the other one is busy.
With multifamily.
Multi-family.
Yes.
It's a lot of families. So you have the mic stand today, which is exciting.
Yeah, it's amazing. I like it.
You like it? Oh, cool. I'm glad. Well, I'll have to keep bringing it then. And what is going on this week? What did I miss since I've been here?
Nothing really. Nothing exciting's happened.
That sounds like the end of a Jenga game if I ever heard one.
Yeah, he's going home, so.
And now somebody joining, is it D-Money?
Yes, sir.
D-Money joining the show. And I heard about somebody going home, but is that true about you as well, D-Money, that you are heading home? And when is that happening?
Friday.
Wow, so soon.
Yeah.
You've been here for how long now?
Almost 2 months.
This Friday will be actually 2 months for me and him.
Wow. So how do you feel about leaving now?
A little scared.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
What are your fears?
What's it like in the real world?
Oh, it's pretty crazy out there, I'll tell you.
Oh, your feet.
It's whatever.
What happened to his feet?
I smell.
Oh, they smell. Well, I guess at some point we all have to face it, you know?
Yeah. But I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
So
what are your strategies for dealing with it?
I'm gonna take like a week, like no phone, no nothing, just me with my family. And just go into it like really slowly. But sure enough, I'll get into it.
Did you guys make New Year's resolutions?
I don't really believe in it. New Year's resolutions.
You don't believe that they're worth anything because people don't keep them, you mean?
That and I have nothing to resolve.
You're resolving all the time. Why make New Year's specific to it, in other words?
Yeah. I guess I already have this resolution to stay positive. I already had it before it's even the new year.
How are you gonna do that?
Just breaking through, like, see if, like, I'm at a down, then I can just have myself, like, pick myself up and get through that, like, little stage of just being a little bit down and just breaking through it.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to ride it out too, you know?
Yeah.
It's tough. You ever just sit with your feelings and feel them?
yeah.
It's not always so fun, you know?
Did you have any resolutions?
Yeah, it's gonna sound cliche, but I want to keep losing weight. Yeah, but it's not something like specific to New Year's. I started it before New Year's, but I'm just interested in amping it up a little more.
Yeah.
And I kind of think New Year's is as good an excuse as any, you know, to like. It isn't, but it does. It is like a reset of the clock in a way, you know. People look at it like, all right, everything I do now is new. So, when you look at it like a reset, like a clean slate in a weird way, almost like a resolution could just be to continue to like move strong keeping a clean record as much as you can in a weird way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does that make you guys think of anything, or am I just preaching?
Preaching.
It makes me
All right,
think,
I
but
appreciate the honesty. What does it make you think?
like maybe I do have a chance. Maybe I can restart the clock and start new. Not like, hi, nice to meet you with my parents, but just like being able to have like a clean slate with my emotional standards and my physical standards. Like, I'm hoping to set lots of boundaries, like a bunch of being told what to do, and if I don't do this, I'm going to have a consequence, and have like it like down with my parents, because I've let my whole life being taking advantage of manipulation and all of this, but I'm trying to learn it. My New Year's resolution is to go home. I want to go home.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
Why did you feel I was just preaching?
Because I've heard the same thing over and over again. What you basically said.
So what does it bring up for you?
Just the past of like people saying new resolution, new you, like new year, new me. I just heard over and over.
So it's played out.
Yeah.
Well, how about this? You ever think about time in general? Like when you look at a year, it's an abstract allotment of time, right? It's
365 days.
yeah. Why isn't it 370 days? Why isn't it 300 days even?
Because there's 12 months.
But why are the months as long as they are? Like, why can't there be 10 months? Like, why 12? Why does it... 12 is like a weird number of months, if you think about it, right?
Whoever made the time system.
But
So it's
who
like-
made it?
Right, but it's like an abstract allotment of time, right? There could be 4 months, one for each season, and it could be like 300 days,
Yeah.
75-day months. That's it. That'd be nice and clean and easy. Every month is a season. Every season, 75 days. You have 4 months a year, you know. Or you could have 2 years in the span of 1 year. It could be like 2019 in 6 months. So when you think about it like that, time is a very abstract thing. So we could say that your new year started when you got here. Or we could say that your new year started 5 years ago.
Right.
Right? Or your new year starts in 6 months. So what's important about New Year's is not important about the number of the year. It's only what important of the concept of now, of living in the moment.
Right.
So when you're living in the moment, when you exist right now is over. And now, that's over too.
Mm-hmm.
And now, oh, there's another one that's about to start and it's over. You know? Like, every little milli fraction of time is its own universe, if you think about it.
It's already over with.
It's already over with, and it's also just about to begin. And when you live in this moment, like as you're about to drink that drink, you'll taste that right now and never again. Like, next time you taste it, it may taste a little different. It's not the same sip. Your taste buds might be conditioned differently because you already have, like, the sugar on them from that sip of that drink, you know?
Right.
Everything is totally different. All the cells in your body are constantly changing and forming new cells and shedding old cells.
Right.
You're constantly being created. Whether you look at it religiously or not, scientifically, you're constantly in a state of creation.
Mm-hmm.
So when you talk about like a new you, there's literally a new you every second. Both of you,
It's
everyone.
A cliche saying, really.
A cliche saying, but a very true one, right?
Yeah.
Like there's literally a new you. Every cell in your body is new at some point. I think 7 years, every cell in your body has been replaced within 7 years.
That kind of reminds me of the movie Interstellar. Have you seen that movie?
No.
Well, he goes to a different universe through like a black hole, and like every hour is like 2 years on Earth. And so once he got back to Earth, when he left Earth, his daughter was like 7. When we got back to Earth, his daughter was like 94 and dying.
Oh man.
And he stayed the same age.
That's
And it's like kind of different how you look at it, where if you're just somewhere else, time goes by so slow, but in a different universe, it's years.
so yeah, so time is so relative, Time is an abstraction. So if you want to look at like the old you versus the new you, you're not really confined to that person or that person's behaviors or that person's thoughts or that person's reactions.
Right.
The only thing that makes you, well, there's only a few things that make you you. One is your memories, right?
Mm-hmm.
Someone who doesn't have any memories is almost not themselves to themselves. They might be them to you because you have memories of them.
Right.
But they're not themselves to themselves. So you have your memories, and you have your habits, and you have your information that you've downloaded into your brain, and you have your values. So you have like information coming in, going through the lens of your values, being referenced with your memories, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what was the other thing I said?
The habits.
And your habits, right? And then like, how are you most likely going to react is based on value and habit. And habits can often be formed from values.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think it breaks down to. Like, I'm just breaking it down as I talk to you. It's not like I have this thought out, but I think that's what it is. I think, like, if I was to say, like, who is this person if I was writing a character in a script?
Right.
Like, how would they react to this? The only way I would know that would be, well, they might react to this way because, if it's Batman, his parents were killed in an alley, so that's going to factor into his decisions, And then he has certain values, so he's not going to probably do the wrong thing. He's going to try and, protect, And then he's got, knowledge, so he's going to know how to, use certain, grappling hook or this or that, right?
Get revenge.
Right. And then he's got certain habits that are going to form into it's he's got a habit of when this kind of situation happens, he'll swing off of the rope or this or that. That's his way of handling it.
Mm-hmm.
So when you talk about you, physical you is constantly being recreated throughout time. Emotional you is being formed by habits and information and memory, right? Something bad happens, traumatic, it triggers you. That's your memory affecting the way you act, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the way you act becomes a habit the more you do that.
Yeah.
So, in terms of who you are probably those 4 things, habits, knowledge, memories, and what was the other one I said? Values.
Yeah.
So what can you change? You can't really change your memories. Because your memories are your memories. You could change the way you look at your memories.
Yeah.
But you can't change the fact that you remember something. You can change your values. You can decide, you know what? I always kind of thought that this was important to me, but it's really not anymore. So you could change your values. And when you change your values, you'll form new habits, and you can change your habits, and you can constantly get new information. So 3 out of 4 of them Two out of four you can change. 1 out of 4 you can add to. And well, I guess memories you can add to too. So 2 out of 4 you can add to, but you can't change.
I feel like the two you can change are your way you look at things and the habits. Because like you can break a habit. Like speaking of like a resolution, breaking a habit of eating junk food. Like that's just a habit you have of eating that chip and how it tastes and getting another chip and then it's whole bag. Then you can break that habit and say just one chip. And then you go back into it, eat another chip, another bag. And so you have to keep repeating to break that habit.
Yeah.
And you have to first commit to what you want to break. And so it can be as easy as eating a chip. Don't eat that chip. Then once you like break it down where you don't eat another bag of chips, you don't even like want to eat them anymore. To the fact that you're gross. Like you change your whole mind, just that habit of eating chips.
Mhm.
And so if you really look at almost everything, it's basically a habit. Like you can make a habit out of anything. And so it's just the way you approach things that you make it a habit.
So let's talk about habits then today that you guys would like to try and change.
I used to have a super bad habit. When I got out of the hospital in Tennessee, I was actually able to change this, but and when I started school again, I got this super bad habit of hitting my head against the wall and hitting my head in general. But I have a very hollow head. Thank God it never broke. But I mean, I got that habit when I was just irritated. I was so angry at myself that I just felt like I had to take it out of myself. And it was mostly me having a breakdown, like just falling on my knees and screaming and crying and hitting my head and then like pulling my hair out. And it was like super bad for a while. And I just learned that, it's only hurting me. It's not hurting anybody else but myself. Even though I want to hurt, it is hurting me.
Did you wanted it to hurt other people too?
I did, but mostly when I want to hurt other people, it's because I messed up myself doing something to them. So I'm mad at myself more than I want to hurt other people. Does that make any sense?
I think so, but I'm trying to figure it out.
It's
You're mad at yourself because you want to do something to them?
No, mad at them.
You're mad at them.
But it was my fault that I'm mad at them because I'm mad at myself.
But why is it your fault that you are mad at yourself?
It's my fault. I'm mad at myself because those other people don't deserve my crap because I'm taking it out on them because of my own problems.
Maybe.
Yeah, and one of my biggest habits right now I really want to break is I have two. I want to break my lying and manipulation, and I want to break the habit of picking at my skin.
Picking at your skin's a tough one to break. I used to do that a lot. A few things help me. One is keeping my nails super low.
Like I still have them, like I cut them just to make sure, and I still can do it.
Well, the other thing is, I think, when you pick at your skin, you ever heard this saying, that person's uncomfortable in their own skin?
Yeah. I feel, super uncomfortable in my own skin, so sometimes I'll be like, ooh, I need to move, I don't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
I've actually said that to someone before, I don't feel comfortable in my own skin. I just feel like I gotta move to actually feel like I can be in the skin.
Yeah. So I think it's really important, next time you want to pick your skin, or usually you find yourself doing it before you even notice.
Yeah, I do that a lot. I'll just be picking my skin up here, and then all of a sudden I'll feel blood on my forehead, and I'll be like, oops.
So next time, try and catch yourself a little earlier.
Yeah.
And then, like, take your hands off, put them down, and meditate a little bit. You know how to meditate?
Yeah.
How have you learned to meditate?
I just learned to sit there, just like, just breathe.
Yeah. Take some deep breaths. And it's the same thing, I think, which is good with, like, addiction. It's like you put it off, skin picking. Be like, if you tell yourself you can't do it, you're going to want to do it more. But if you tell yourself, I'll continue picking my skin in, like, an hour, you probably forget in an hour. You're already doing other things. You all right?
Yeah.
I just like, it's the truth with feeling more uncomfortable. There's sometimes when I actually don't feel, I know this is gonna sound super weird, but I feel like I just have a mask on. Like, this isn't real. Like, my skin isn't real. Like I'm not a real person. Like, there's someone, I'm just like in a video game playing and playing and playing, but I'm the one that keeps losing. Because, you know, it's like Mario, you die, you have 3 chances.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that. Like, this isn't real skin. Isn't real anything. You okay?
Be right back.
Yeah, it doesn't sound weird to me. I think I get that. I think it's tough because it's not a physical problem. I think it's more of a spiritual problem. Like, your soul is not calm.
Yeah.
And when your soul is not calm, it's hard to, like, feel like at one with the physical body.
Yeah.
So I think you have to find a way to soothe your soul. Some people use music. Some people use art. Some people read.
Yeah.
I don't know what it'll be for you. Sometimes it's exercise. But soothing the soul will make you feel more comfortable in the body. The body is just a shell, you know?
Yes. Definitely.
And it houses the soul. But if the soul is erratic and crazy, like, crazy is not the right word, but jumpy, like, you know, it's hard to hold down into any physicality, you know?
Definitely.
So, like, whether you look at your soul in terms of actual spirituality or if you look at it in terms of emotionality, however you define soul for yourself, it is the inner workings of you that are making you feel uncomfortable with the outer workings, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I just, instead of spiritually, I feel it's more mentally and emotionally.
Yes.
I'm connected spiritually. I know what I believe in, and I believe in many things. I just don't believe in one.
Right. Well, I'm not talking religiously spiritual.
Oh,
I'm just talking about, like, the essence of what's going on inside.
Yeah,
The rest.
definitely.
Does it feel restful? Does it feel calm inside?
Feels
Does it feel
amped up.
turbulent? It's amped up.
It's amped up.
So that's the energy. Maybe I should say energy instead of soul. But the energy inside of you should be calm. Calm energy, peaceful energy, creative energy, but energy that wants to put out a good output into the world. Like, if you think about it, it's all energy. Time is not important in the greater scheme of things.
Yes.
Physicality is not important. Physicality fades away. Time is gone as soon as it happens, like we talked about a minute ago with D-Money. So time is fleeting. Physicality is fleeting. What's eternal is energy.
Definitely.
And you can feel like some people put out good energy and you feel that good energy. And some people put out bad energy, you feel that bad energy, you know? You feel other people's energy. It's a way to touch someone without physically touching them, you know?
Definitely. I mean, I don't think she sees it as like me having a habit. And I wish she could, because that is one of my biggest habits, and it's going to leave scars on my body.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely a habit, and it's a habit you can break.
Yeah.
You know, you form new habits. Instead of breaking habits, I always believe in forming alternate habits is
Good
better.
ones.
Yeah. If you're worried about breaking a habit, you're giving too much power to that habit to begin with.
Yeah. I mean, I've worried more about like I have worried about that. Like, I'm just put Band-Aids on my hands and say, oh, I'll be good, you know? And then I pick them off and just throw them in the trash and be like,
Yeah.
it doesn't work.
Well, so when you're picking your skin, what do you really want to be doing?
I don't even really notice I'm doing that.
But there is something you really want to be doing. You really want to be expressing something, some kind of emotion.
My sadness?
Maybe. It may be anxiousness, it may be sadness, you know? I don't know. But whatever it is, that's how you're expressing it. You're expressing it by picking.
Yes.
But what if you could find a different way to express it? I think the answer is you can find a different way, but you need to find a healthier way to express the same feeling that you get from picking.
Definitely.
The same thing. Like if you want to scream and therefore you pick, then make some loud noise. Like grab an electric guitar and crank it up, you know, and like you can scream like that. There's always a better, healthier way
Alternative.
to do it. So don't worry about breaking the habit. Worry about forming a new habit that's better, healthier.
I've been trying with piano, actually. I really love piano. And I've mostly seen myself like going to the piano, and I've been trying to like use that.
Yeah, that's a very good one. Music, very good way to express yourself. Very creative, healthy, and you can share so much good energy. You know, you listen to music. What are you listening to?
Words.
Like, how come a song, you can listen to music with no words, right?
Yeah.
Classical music, and it can make you feel a certain way. Well, how is it possible that you can feel a certain way from music? Like, why doesn't all music make you feel the same way?
Because it's a certain type of energy that comes from the music.
Yeah, it comes from the person who's playing it, so they can put their energy into sound and then transfer that energy to you.
Definitely.
Isn't that crazy? Like, you could take energy and turn it into sound.
Yes.
And then that sound, you can then give that to somebody, like in a little disc, let's say, or in an MP3. But let's say a disc for visualization purposes. I hand you a disc. You have in your hand a little plastic square. What?
Sorry.
No, it's okay. You don't know what's in this plastic square. It could be very powerful anger energy. It could be soothing, soft energy. And until you listen to it, which is your ears decoding it with your brain, you don't know what energy I've just transferred over to you. So it's amazing because you can capture energy through sound. You can capture energy through sight. You can look at an abstract painting and you could feel that artist was angry. That artist was at peace, you know? You can take energy, which is a non-physical thing, and turn it into a physical thing that can then once again become a non-physical thing.
Definitely. I mean, what I like most is that I like depressing music. I think we talked about this, but I've always loved to hear how basically people have had it harder than me. I didn't have it the worst, but I had it, but I'm not I'm not saying that I didn't have it bad.
Are you listening to country songs?
No, I listen to rap songs that
I've got it worse than you, pumpkin. I got lost everything.
Yeah.
My truck don't work and my boots are too tight. And there's a rattlesnake on my porch. It's worse for me. Sorry, I'm just...
Wow, okay. I actually like this one song by Darius Rucker.
Yeah.
It goes, if I told you the mess that I can be when there's no one there to see, would you look the other way? Would you love me anyways? Have you heard it?
No, but I like it. It's like... I think the message there is really clear, you know?
Yeah, I like that. I like country. I really love country. I was born and raised in a country place, so, you know. I love country. I love depressing rap. It's just hearing my way of feeling the energy of other people's stories. It's just, it touches me when I hear them. And I just know, you know, I don't have it that bad. I know I had it bad, but I don't have it bad anymore. I've been here for quite a while. It's not the worst place to be. I could be in an orphanage. I can be in everywhere. I can be with my biological parents, which are gang members. You know, I could have it 10 times worse, but I have it here. I don't have it anywhere else. I have it here. And I have a chance to restart. And I'm going to take my chance.
Well,
It's like rolling a dice, you know?
I love that attitude, and I encourage you to continue building on it, you know?
Thank you.
The Meadow Glade is a rehabilitation center specializing in mental health and eating disorders. Located in Moore Park, California, the Meadow Glade fosters an environment of wholesome healing, supporting the transition back to a self-sufficient, harmonious lifestyle. Offering both outpatient and residential treatment, the Meadow Glade works with clients from all over the country, offering optional housing on a private 24-acre estate of rolling hills, secret gardens, avocado groves, and sprawling pastures with horses on site. You or your loved one will enjoy an individualized treatment program with individual and group therapy, along with creative methods like equine and art therapy. Most major insurance plans are accepted, and our program specialists can help you every step of the way. Give us a call today at 888-619-0676 to learn more.
D-Money, you've been shuffling a deck of cards for a while now. What's that about?
You guys sing us a song now? Say, I got chills.
They're multiplying. D-Money, grab a mic.
And I'm losing
It's your last week here, and
control.
it's like you're like already checking out.
Sorry.
No, I mean, don't be sorry. I'm just wondering like what's going on.
Just listening.
I think he's excited.
Yeah, I think you're like ready to move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
Did you get anything out of what we were saying? Can we play the game? Sorry.
It's okay. We could do it at the end. Let's do it at the end. But I feel like you're like, you just don't feel it today.
No, I got stuff out of what you guys were saying, that the habit breaking, like, it can be as easy as just putting a rubber band on your wrist and just flicking it every time you're doing something. It's your habit. So,
We weren't really saying that.
I think I know what you mean, though. You're just doing something alternative thing.
yeah. Like, if you're picking at your skin, cut your nails, and once you catch yourself picking at your skin, cut your nails again.
But it's not that easy.
But no, don't just cut your nails. Like, do something else instead of picking your skin. That's what I'm saying. Like, if the picking your skin is to express frustration, you can make a song that expresses frustration. You can make a piece of art. You could go out and work out the frustration on the basketball court, whatever, you know?
I just see, like, people always say, oh, it's not that hard. Just stop. Just stop picking at your skin.
Of course, that's
just like,
it's so hard.
And I've heard everybody just says, you know, cut your nails. It's not that easy. You can still pick even though you don't have any nails.
Because you're so desperately trying to handle this emotion. So saying stop picking without giving an alternative is like telling somebody like,
that has cancer, don't have cancer.
yeah, you're right. Or like someone is like, yeah, I got this weird habit where I like sleep every night. And you're like, just stop doing it. You're like, I have to. No, you don't. Yeah, I do. Well, if you had some alternative that would give you your energy, then fine, you wouldn't need to still sleep. I had an idea actually for a movie. Like they invent a pill that nobody ever has to sleep anymore. The body's constantly re-energized.
Second movie idea.
Oh yeah, what was the first one?
The first one was they forgot to put the expiration dates.
A good memory. That's right. No expiration dates on anything. So this one is nobody ever has to sleep again.
Sounds like a rip-off of Limitless.
I don't know what that is.
No, you haven't seen the movie Limitless?
No.
It's a pill that you take, or a pill, and it lets you access 100% of your brain. So whatever memories, whatever thoughts you ever seen, you can reuse that every day.
It's a show.
Well, this one is like, it turns out to be a bad thing because everybody has to work. Like now they have to work through the night and through the day. They don't get the time to go home and sleep. So people don't even get to leave the office because they're like, why do you have to go home? Just keep working. And also, we run out of resources as a planet because instead of 3 meals a day, people have to have 6 meals a day to keep going. And also the cell phone companies, they don't know how to make batteries that last all night as well. So half the time people are unreachable. That part is like a little bit shaky, but still. Everybody's like, I can't reach you because my phone is dead half the time, but I'm up all the time. I don't know.
Yeah.
So there's like people you have to have 2 cell phones. That's a pain,
Yeah. And then how are you gonna like energize your boat and stuff if you're out in the water where you have to get clean water? How are you gonna do a filter? Like,
yeah.
I mean,
And the bed business goes out. If nobody needs a bed anymore, since nobody needs a bed, nobody needs a bedroom.
but what about the food? It's gonna go bad.
Because the expiration dates.
Yeah.
That's merges the 2 movies. But isn't that something like all of a sudden nobody needs bedrooms? So like all of a sudden nobody really needs houses anymore.
Have you seen Black Mirror?
No.
There's actually an episode of Black Mirror. Basically, it's called 15 Million Merits. And basically, all you do all day is you have a little box, okay?
Mhm.
And you basically go out and work. But when you work, you have to, like, ride this bicycle, and you're trying to get, like, to 15. Like, you're just riding all day. Just keep riding. And then it's like those stand in place ones. But on the screen, it makes it look like you're keep going straight, keep going straight, keep going straight. And basically, this girl he knew got off the, like, she went on the show with her 15 million merits, and she sang, and she got on the show. And basically, when you get out of the bicycle thing, you can go out into the real world and do things. And it was basically broke his soul. So he broke his box and everything, and he went out and he kept riding every day. And he basically actually couldn't pay for food anymore. Like, he didn't want to lose any merits for getting food, so he ate food that was left on the tables and everything. And he kept working, and he finally got 15 million merits. Wow. And he took something up to the show in front of everybody. And he had a part of the glass from his box in the back of his pants. And he went up onto the stage, and he grabbed the glass thing, and he put it up against his neck. And he was, like, telling them how he thinks about all these merits and the boxes and everything. He's like, I hate this. You know, that, like, it's not fair for everybody to have to live like this. It's not a good way to live. It's not fair for anybody. And I don't think we should do it. I don't think we should have to do this and all of this. And he was like, I should just die. And then one of the people on the show was like, oh, we want you. you're a good actor. And he was like, he was confused because he was serious. But it went from that scene to him living in a huge house, and he would do videos with him up with the neck, and he actually made videos, and it was weird. I was like, weren't you making a point though?
Yeah, it sounds pretty trippy for sure.
Yeah, they have a lot of trippy shows, but I was just thinking about that. Like, it's kind of weird. They have a lot of weird episodes, but I just thought, like, this show makes you on your feet all the time.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to check it out. Thanks for sharing that.
You're welcome.
D-Money, I just want to wish you a good rest of your week and next chapter of your life. You are starting a new year, and you are starting a new life with this new year.
Definitely.
And, like, you know, you're a really talented guy. Like, I've known that from talking to you on the show. And very likable. And the 1 in a million kid.
Yeah.
You know? You put fate in your own hands, literally, and found out that, you know, you're supposed to be here.
Yeah.
And never forget that. I just want you to know, like, that's amazing, you know. That's incredible that happened for you.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I just want you to know, like, this is like my going away present. Ready? I'm going to give you a huge part of advice, even though I'm still here. You are a great person. You don't need people to take advantage of you. People who have manipulated you are going to stay in the past. You don't need them in your life because they're terrible people. Yeah. And I believe that you can go on to do great things. You just need to stay in the present. Don't hang out with those people. You need to find new friends. The people that held you back, don't go with them anymore. Even though they might seem cool to you right now, and when you're still here, when you get out, they're going to make you go back to the same things. Selling drugs.
Well, they can't make him.
Yeah,
Like,
they can't make
try.
it, but they might influence you. But just listen. Stay on the right path. Like I said, I told you that in the pool house yesterday, and it's true. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I mean, you could find someone better, maybe. So, it happens. You gotta move on. Leave all of us behind. Don't remember. Well, keep us as a memory, but don't keep dwelling on the past. Just
absolutely true.
Stay in the present. Keep it in mind though. Like, you were here, you went through it, you got stronger, you moved on.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I second that, and you can find somebody better, like better people out there than are going to influence you badly, like Pumpkin said. But also just make sure to be strong, like in your core, and like remember, there are going to be people who try to hurt you. There are going to be people who are like going to influence your emotions,
Bring you down.
and you have to stay strong, and you have to remember you're here with purpose in this world. And you have a lot to add. And like Pumpkin said, you're a great person. And that like really comes through. Like it shines through tremendously. And like it's been an honor getting to work with you here. So I hope and wish the very best for you leaving here. And remember that your work isn't done when you leave. It's just it just becomes more on you to do the work.
Definitely.
I once said to one group, everybody is in rehab for the same reason. You guys are all
I
bad.
was there.
You remember what did I say?
You said, we're all in rehab. We're all here for the same reason.
That's what I just said a second
Yeah,
ago.
but I'm not done. All your problems, they go away here. You basically said that, but they don't go away. You just learn how to live with them and overcome them. Something like that. I can't exactly remember. I was there, though.
I probably did also say that, but what I was going to say is I said everybody's here for the same reason, is that everyone is a bad doctor. Like everybody has tried to medicate their problems unsuccessfully. Like, we all want to take care of ourselves. We all want to be the best doctor for ourselves. But sometimes we prescribe ourselves the wrong medications or the wrong procedures. When you're trying to prescribe yourself a solution for anxiety or for pain or anger.
Yes.
When you do drugs, you're trying to find some medicine that's going to also numb the pain or anxiety or anger or tension. But we're not good doctors. We're like really like back alley doctors. Like you don't believe that because you are the patient and you are the doctor, and you want to think you've found a great doctor, but you're actually a shiesty doctor and an honest patient.
Definitely.
So like remember, like you wind up here because you're a bad doctor, and hopefully when you're here you look at it like it's medical school, and you learn how to be a good doctor for yourself when you leave. And when you get out of here, you'll hopefully know how to better prescribe yourself what you need in those situations. Just remember what you learned here at medical school, you know?
That's a really good analogy.
Thank you. Well, Happy New Year, you guys.
Happy New Year. So have a nice day, everybody, and welcome to rehab, and goodbye.
Good night, guys.
Thank you for listening to Unnoticed Observer. We'll be taking a holiday break with new episodes returning on Tuesday, January 17th. In the meantime, you can catch up on old episodes on your favorite listening app. If you have any feedback or want to say hello, give us a follow on Facebook or Instagram at Unnoticed Observer Podcast. Have a wonderful holiday, and we'll see you soon.